is the finished look right now with no mascara. I really love this really shifty orange shade. Orangey gold shade. It's very pretty. Orange, pink, gold. Lovely, lovely. All right, let's see what it looks like with a little bit of mascara. Here is my finished look for Monday, ready for work. For my lip, I just put on a lip liner and a lip gloss over it, and I really like that color. I don't have a berry colored lipstick or lip gloss, so it's nice to have different lip liners to freshen things up. Here is my finished look for day one with my 1 week 1 palette using the Pat McGrath Divine Rose, Mothership, whatever it is. I think that the combination of the deep matte and this kind of even turned this a little green at the edge, so it's kind of fun and interesting. My lip, I just put on a lip liner from Ione at the Dollar Tree and topped it with an ABH gloss, and now we're ready to log in and get busy. I'll see you for day 2 tomorrow. Bye. It's Tuesday, so we're back for another look using my Pat McGrath Divine Rose palette. I have 2 shades that I have not used yet, and that would be this gold shade number 4 and then number 7, this kind of cool toned brown, and both of these are kind of satin type shades. Something I have learned about this palette and using it a little bit more over the past week kind of leading up to this video is that these satiny shades are good to be used in place of a matte. So my plan today is that I'm going to use this number 3 kind of bronzy satin shade as a matte in place of a matte, and then I'm going to use this gold all over my lid and see what happens. Because the 2 true mattes in this palette are very dark, even though this doesn't look dark, it actually is like shows up very, very dark on my eyes. This week I will be using my Merit Shadow in the shade Studio as my crease shade. It is a nice cool toned brown color, maybe just a hint of purple, and I feel like it does a really great job of kind of blending everything together and tying everything together. So let's go ahead and get started and see what kind of look we can come up with using these shades. So here is the look before all the rest of my makeup. It looks very sloppy, I know that, but we're gonna clean it all up. Something that is just so interesting about these palettes is, or at least this one, I don't know about all the other ones, is that the shades are so incredibly pigmented. And I'm curious, like, do you know anyone, do you watch anyone that's ever hit pan on anything in one of her Mothership palettes? Because, man, like, they're so pigmented and you really don't have to use a lot of it. I'm kind of noticing the same thing that I did yesterday. When you mix anything with this shade, it kind of turns green a little bit. Like this gold shade, I don't know if it's my eyes, because, you know, that could happen, but it kind of is a little green shifty. I don't know, it's kind of cool. All right, so I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and we'll come back and chat about how it all looks. Here's my finished look using that Pat McGrath Divine Rose palette. I added the first shade, which is this kind of cream colored, satin shade in my inner corner and kind of swooped it up a little bit just to add some lightness and brightness to everything. And I am really happy with how it turned out. Yes, this palette is very basic, okay? Like, you're not gonna get anything like super out there using this palette, but that's why I love it so much. I feel like I can experience this luxury packaging and the luxury eyeshadows, but within my comfort zone. The newer one that just came out that has the greens in it looks really pretty. I would probably like to have that one, but I'm never going to pay that much money for it. It's very pretty, and I enjoy watching videos where people are using it. I can appreciate the beauty of it without needing to have that one myself, because I'm not. This one was a gift, okay? Someone lovely here on YouTube, DW from Dub's Beauty Diary, gave that to me. So that is the only reason why I have that. She's amazing. All right, we'll see you on Wednesday for day 3. Welcome back to day 3 of using my Pat McGrath Labs Divine Rose for 1 week. We're going to feature 5 looks in this video, and I'm really hoping that today's look you like. I thought we might do it a little different than the other days, and we might just do one eye together, and I can kind of explain what I'm doing for you a little bit. And then I'll just kind of come back and review everything once I'm done with my entire face. We're getting started with the Merit Single Shadow in the shade Studio. This is a really great single shadow, just nice and light, but also a great partner to some of the other eyeshadow palettes that I have. Today, I thought that I might go ahead and use this purple shade, but you guys, this purple shade is very pigmented. It packs a punch. That was something that I found just a little wanting in this palette. Not that I was disappointed. Again, this was a gift, so I'm so grateful for it and trying to give it all the love that I can. But if I was like redesigning this palette or giving it, you know, a small critique, it would be that I wish that there was a shade that was just a little lighter than this purple. As you can see, I am trying to go very, very light with it, and it's, you know, it's showing up. I only have 1 shade left to use to complete No Pan Left Behind, and that is shade number 7, which is in this one. So of course we're going to use that today. And because it is a satin, but it's kind of a taupey satin, I think that's going to go really nicely on my outer corner. And I think it'll pair nicely with that purple shade because it's not really purple. It's really a nice gray, maybe even kind of taupey color actually. So that shadow really does add a lot of depth and dimension to the look. I think that that would be really pretty, just kind of used with my fingertip on the lid. Let's see if I can kind of like build it up just a little bit as far as the intensity and the shimmerness of it. These Pat McGrath shades are so pigmented, like all of them are. You do have to be careful with it. So I don't know that these are beginner friendly, that's for sure. All right, so that's that shade where I have it right there on the outer corner with a brush, and I used my fingertip to just kind of gently pat it in also. So now, what am I thinking? What do I want to do next? I just really think that this shade is so fascinating, and I think I'm probably not the only one. It looks white in there in the pan, but it's purple, and I think that just paired with this, it's going to bring then the right amount of light and color, because this look doesn't have like a lot of color to it. It's all kind of that taupiness which is not a bad thing, but sometimes you just want to add a little extra spice. And then you have that beautiful pink iridescent look. So let's see. I may use my shadow stick from e.l.f. as a, so when I was measuring it for my project pan, it broke exactly where it was at. So I'm trying really hard to be like super careful with it. But at times when I open up the lid, it is coming out. So I have to be really careful with it. Mostly I'm using this right now as a underpainting, like contour type underpainting situation. All right, I think that shadow stick added a little bit of extra oomph. And once I get everything like all finished, I'll probably add a little bit of it here to my lower lash line as well. Yeah, I'm liking that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and the other eye off camera, and we'll come back. Here's my finished look using those shades. Got them on both eyes now, did my makeup all the way, and now I'm here to reveal the look. I took inspiration from that pop of pink on my eyes and did some pink blush and kind of a pink lipstick. This is like the blotted lip kind of thing called Homecoming Queen from Wet n Wild. It's a soft blur and I like it. It has just a slight rub, you know, it's not completely dry, but I do like it. It just took a long time for my brain to realize that it was going to be not shiny. So anyway, I do actually have come to learn to like it. So this is Wednesday's look, and hopefully you'll stick around for Thursday. See you tomorrow. Welcome back to day 4 of 1 Week 1 palette using Pat McGrath Labs Divine Rose. It's Thursday and I'm very tired this morning. Do you ever just feel like you had a good night's sleep and you're still really tired? I feel like that a lot lately and I don't know why that is. My strategy for today using this palette is to take a look at the shades that I have only used one time and give them a little bit more love. So this shade is one I've only used one time, this one, and then these two only one time. My thinking is that I'm going to use my single shadow as a transition shade. I'm going to use this one to kind of deepen up the outer corner just a little bit, and then I think I might use these two as a gradient on my lid for a little sparkle, and then I will just have this silvery glitter. This is the only one in here that has like glitter. I might try to use that tomorrow with a shade, maybe this one. Let's get to it. So here is the finished look. I did go in with this matte brown shade towards the end because I kind of like, when I added the gold, it just kind of took away from the that first deep shade. I am going to use my e.l.f. No Budge shadow stick as a liner. Lazy liner here just a little bit, and I also tried to like, I have this little spot on my eye right here deep in the crease where stuff doesn't want to like go. So sometimes I like to use it to like specifically pinpoint that particular area. All in all, I'm happy with the look, and I'm gonna finish the rest of my face. So we'll see you back in a few minutes. Here's my finished look for Thursday. I did add a little bit of the lightest shade in the palette that was like this kind of cream color in my inner corner. So here it is. I love how everything came together. I love that one shifty gold shade that shifts to like orange and pink and gold is just ever so slightly special. Like, I don't know, that's just my makeup taste. I can definitely appreciate the beauty of like pow in your face multi-chrome shifts that are like really, really opaque and vibrant. But my makeup style and what I feel comfortable wearing and what I feel the most confident in is definitely something a little more like this, where it's just a hint of specialness, just a hint of shiftiness. So this is my look. I'm off to go finish getting ready for my school day. I hope to see you back tomorrow, Friday, for the last look. And I kind of have a little bit in mind about what I want to do, so hopefully you like it. I'll see you later. Bye. It's Friday and it's the last day to use my Pat McGrath Labs Divine Rose palette in my 1 week 1 palette series. I am on a mission to use several of my eyeshadow palettes for 1 week just so that I can get familiar with the shades, the formulas, and just use them up. And I'm also on a mission for a No Pan Left Behind challenge this year. I'm succeeding very nicely in that, and this palette I have completed No Pan Left Behind as of this week. I'm very happy about that. Today I'm going to create a look using this shade right here, which is a kind of a silvery gold glitter mix, and this is the only shade in the palette that I've only used one time this year. So we're going to use that in addition to this lilac gray kind of color on my lids. I have everything already set with my e.l.f. Shadow Lock Primer, and I'm just going to use my Maybelline Fit Me powder to set that down. And what I may do, oh, I just had an idea. What I may do is actually, oh gosh, my daughter was in here doing makeup last night, and so I can tell when she does that. If you'll notice, even though she has brushes that DW gave her, guess what her favorite shade is that she likes to put on her eyes? Can you guess? Blue. Yes, you were right. Blue. Okay. Rant over it. Like, they're stained blue. I don't know how to get it out. If you know how to get out pigment, even though I've washed them multiple times, if you know how to get that out, please leave me a comment below. Let me know, because those are some of my favorite brushes, of course. Okay, so I have an idea to kind of tone down this purpley gray color. It is a lot more pigmented than it looks. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is use it in conjunction with this Maybelline Fit Me powder. My daughter has been helping me use this too, so it really is almost finished. I think between her and me we'll have it finished by the end of April. Yay! I'm happy about that. So as you can see, this shade is not really purple. It's very much a gray color, and that's not one of my favorite shades to use on myself. Especially since I am kind of a warm, neutral warm undertone, so it has to kind of be like the right shades of cool tones in order for me to think that it looks good. Now, maybe other people might think it looks good, but in order for me to think it looks good, it just kind of has to be the certain level or whatever. Like the I Need a Nude from Natasha Denona. I think that those neutral tones look really good on me. I am happy with those, but I don't know. Stuff like this, I'm just not quite sure about. Plus, I want it to be slightly purple, and it's not. All right, so it's Friday, and generally on Fridays, I just kind of do kind of easier looks. I don't go super crazy with things. I do have classes on Fridays, so you know, I do have times when I'm going to be meeting with people. However, it's just Friday, you know, like if you have like a regular job, are you like that on Fridays where you just, I don't know, you're just chill? Now, because I work from home, I can wear whatever I want to wear. I'm wearing shorts today. No one sees the bottom half of me, so I'm wearing shorts. But I look nice on the top half of me, but you know, generally it's just pretty casual working from home. All right. I added a little bit of NYX glitter primer because this one does have what appears to be a fair amount of glitter in it, and you can see it right there. Yes, it does. So we're just gonna kind of like scatter that around, just kind of all over my lid area, and I'm pressing it into the eyeshadow primer, just trying to make sure that I have it secured, locked in, and that it's not going anywhere. I do have already a little bit of fallout, but that's okay. Hopefully in the process of doing the rest of my makeup, most of it will go away, so that's fine. Okay. It seems like a lot because I don't have the rest of my makeup on. But hopefully once everything is done, that silvery glitter color won't be quite so overpowering. I'm just adding a little bit more of that purpley gray shade. Again, it's not really purple. And I decided not to mix it with the powder. After all, it was doing just fine without it. So, all right, I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and we'll come back and see how everything looks. Here is the finished look using that Pat McGrath Labs. I love it now. Now the glitter is not so like intense now that I have the rest of my face all balanced out. My lip is a little warm for the eyeshadow look, but all in all, I'm happy with it. I really hope that you found a little bit of inspiration throughout this week. If you have that palette, go ahead and pull it out. And if you have a neglected palette in your collection, consider doing a 1 week, 1 palette challenge in your own makeup routine. I'll see you later. Bye.